After Faye relentlessly pursued me for 8 years, she ended up dating my former best friend Chase. At the gathering, they gazed lovingly at each other, serving food and soup for one another, so sweet it was almost sickening. If you ignored the way Faye kept glancing in my direction, they really did look like a loving couple. Someone with too much time on their hands asked Luke, after Faye chased you for so many years, only for Chase to swoop in first, how do you feel about that? Under Faye's nervous and apprehensive gaze, I stood up and said calmly, my thoughts, it feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Faye turned deathly pale, her face filled with disbelief, while Chase didn't look too pleased either. I raised my glass to them. I sincerely wish you both happiness and a lifetime of love together. Faye's wine glass slipped from her hand and shattered on the floor, tears streaming down her face. She turned and ran away. Chase glared at me, fiercely set down his glass, and rushed out after her. I maintained my composure and urged the friends at the table, what are you all staring at, dig in. Faye, Chase, and I have been close friends since childhood. We were classmates from elementary school all the way until high school when we parted ways due to different academic tracks. Faye and I focused on STEM courses while Chase specialized in humanities. I actually didn't notice Faye's feelings for me at first. It was until after the first monthly exam following class assignments when Faye performed poorly and got severely criticized by our homeroom teacher. When I returned from playing basketball and entered the classroom, Chase immediately grabbed me by the collar. Faye chose STEM for you, got scolded by the teacher for not doing well, and you still have the heart to go play basketball. His words left me utterly baffled. She chose STEM for me. I glanced behind Chase and directly met Faye's tears swollen, reddened eyes. I was stunned. What do you mean? Chase grew even angrier, looking at me with the eyes of a betrayed lover. Lucas, do you even have a conscience? Faye gave up her beloved history and chose the science track she hated most just for you to keep up. She stayed up studying past midnight every single day. When she failed this monthly exam, her homeroom teacher scolded her and threatened to call her parents. Instead of comforting her, you ran off to play basketball. He glared furiously at the Gatorade in my hand, and now you're flirting with other girls. You're absolutely heartless. His words infuriated me. You show some respect when you speak. Everyone on the basketball team has water. His comment was unnecessarily harsh. What's wrong? Can't handle the truth. To my surprise, Chase was even angrier than me. Faye has been so good to you, so devoted. How could you betray her like this? Chase, stop it. Faye ran off in tears, while Chase shot me a glare before chasing after her. I stood alone under the strange gazes of my classmates, utterly unable to voice my suffering. I never imagined Faye would like me, because she had always been closer to Chase. How could she possibly like me enough to abandon her strongest humanities subjects for science? It was utterly absurd, yet it was undeniably true. I've liked you since way back. On our way home from school the next day, Faye said this to me. I know you don't like me, that you just see me as a friend. She smiled, but I wouldn't give up. I just felt a headache coming on. Why did you choose STEM when you're clearly better at humanities? Because I want to stay with you forever. Faye's face turned tomato red as she said this, and I finally truly believed she had feelings for me. But I genuinely felt the pressure too. You're not good at science subjects. Your ranking dropped 50 places just 1 month after switching classes. We're in our crucial second year of high school. Now, you're not taking your future seriously at all. I tried reasoning with her, but she just blinked her starry-eyed gaze at me and asked, Luke, are you worried about me? That overwhelming sense of frustration and powerlessness from ineffective communication instantly drowned me. I didn't know back then that this frustration would follow me for many years to come. All I knew was that I didn't want to hurt a good friend, nor could I stand by and watch Faye treat her future so carelessly. So I pleaded with her earnestly, I only see you as a friend. We're still high school students. Our top priority should be studying. Don't waste your time on meaningless things. You should focus on your own life. But Faye wouldn't listen to any of it. She woke up half an hour early every day to bring me breakfast, skip classes, to deliver water during my basketball games, and even learned to make lunchboxes for me, cutting her fingers in the process. She was completely immersed in these scenarios straight out of teen movies and novels, diligently playing the role of a lovesick admirer. But what she didn't realize was that all her sacrifices of time and energy under the banner of pursuing and winning me over only brought me immense distress and pressure. No matter how I tried to reason with her, she would always respond with the same line. You don't like me now, but one day you'll definitely fall for me. I don't know if that day will ever come, but I do know that before it does, I'll surely be driven mad by her. So in the second semester of my sophomore year, I told her I was in a relationship. My girlfriend was the younger sister of a basketball team member. I gave her a Swarovski bracelet and asked her to do me this favor. After hearing the news, Faye didn't come to school for 3 whole days. When she returned on the 4th day, her eyes were swollen from crying. I had thought that after I started dating, Faye would give up. But she didn't though. She stopped doing those things that troubled me greatly. Her gaze never left me. On top of that, her grades plummeted and gradually unpleasant rumors began circulating in class. After her parents were called to school, Yet again, I advised her you're about to enter your final year of high school. Studying should be your top priority now. She immediately retorted, then why are you still dating someone? I choked up, and she looked at me with tearful eyes. You're just saying this to discourage me, aren't you? Lucas, I wouldn't give up. When she said she wouldn't give up, she truly meant it. But she spent so much energy fixating on me that by senior year her grades were only good enough for an average state university. My SAT scores were decent, so I got into my dream school. Faye somehow found out about my college choices and actually gave up a decent state university that matched her academic performance, opting instead for a community college in the same city as me. The moment I spotted Faye on campus, I knew my next 4 years of college life would be overshadowed by her presence. Faye really likes you. Why can't you just give her a chance? Chase tried to mediate for Faye, but all it did was give me a headache. I already have a girlfriend. Didn't you know that? Chase sneered on the other end of the line. Wasn't that just an act to deceive Faye? I confessed to her, after graduating high school now, we're university classmates and actual boyfriend-girlfriend. Yes, that girl I asked to pretend to be my girlfriend to fool Faye during the summer after my senior year of high school. She became my real girlfriend. But we didn't last long either. When Faye came to deliver things to me for the third time under the pretense of my mother's request, she broke up with me. I can't accept my boyfriend having a persistent admirer constantly hovering around. I'm sorry. That was my first love after the breakup. I was quite depressed for a while, during which Faye became even more attentive. Somehow she managed to win over my roommates, sending them to deliver pre-packaged meals and homemade soup to me. She even had my roommate take my clothes out for her to wash, then return them clean. When I found out, I flew into a rage, but my roommates just laughed and tried to persuade me. Faye treats you so, well, she might not be the prettiest, but she's got a great figure. Plus she's so sweet and skilled with her hands, you're not losing out on anything. Is this just about whether I'm losing out? The real issue is I don't like Faye. In fact, her persistent haunting has long since bred disgust and irritation in me. When Faye brought me food, yet again, I went downstairs and had a huge argument with her. Don't you get it? Not liking you means not liking you. I wouldn't like you even in 500 years. She cried again, and I felt utterly helpless. Stop wasting your energy on me. I thought she would finally leave me alone after that day, but I never expected the video of our one-sided argument to be posted on the campus forum by her roommate. The video alone wasn't enough. Her roommate also passionately denounced my scumbag behavior in the comments. She skips class every day to come to your university, brings you food and drinks, even washes your clothes. How could you do this to her? You've been stringing her along for nearly 3 years, and this foolish girl has only fallen deeper, practically carving out her heart for you. Is this how you treat her? If you didn't like her, you should said. So earlier, why didn't you speak up when she was doing your laundry and cooking for you? Damn scumbag, vomit out all of Faye's home-cooked meals and nourishing soups right now. I was furious, absolutely livid. The fallout from this incident was so severe that I was stuck with a nickname player for a full year. Even long after the matter had blown over, whenever I met new classmates or seniors in the club, I could always hear them whispering behind my back, "Hey, ISNT, that Luke the player. Yeah, have you seen that video? He is such a jerk." That girl was completely brainwashed by his PUA tactics, willingly did his laundry and cooked for him, and then he just dumped her with a simple "I'm bored." What? How could he? That's beyond awful. It gets worse. The girl still hasn't woken up to reality. She is still chasing after him like a lovesick puppy. Pathetic, really. But who is truly pathetic here? I've explicitly rejected Faye at least 10 times, yet she acts like she doesn't understand human language. No matter how hard I try to push her away, she just won't leave. After that incident, my roommate tried to clarify things in the video's comments, but those people refused to believe a word of it. Later, Faye realized something was wrong and explained for me over and over again that she had done it willingly and I had known nothing about it. But the result is what you see now. Everyone says she was emotionally manipulated by me. I'm sorry, I truly never imagined things would turn out like this. Faye explained to me. I told them the truth. I really did. I made it perfectly clear to them that you didn't manipulate me, that it was all my one-sided affection, but they just wouldn't believe me. The sight of her fragile appearance with red-rimmed eyes infuriated me. Just as I was about to lose my temper, I caught my own reflection in the mirror. There stood Faye, pitiful with her teary eyes, while I glared in rage. To any observer, it would unquestionably look like I was bullying her. Suddenly it all made sense. People naturally sympathize with the vulnerable. If she kept wearing that pitiful expression, even my justified anger would appear unreasonable. If I can't drive her away, can I at least avoid her from then on? I blocked all her contact information, and whenever she came to campus looking for me, I made sure to stay out of sight. After some time, she stopped coming. I finally had a brief period of peace and could relax and enjoy my college life. In my junior year, I started a new relationship. My girlfriend Mia was a senior at the same university, and I really liked her. Somehow news of my relationship reached Faye, and she came to see me with Chase. I figured it out. I won't bother you anymore. Can we still be friends? After nearly 5 years, she was finally giving up. I could have cried with joy. At that time, I truly believed her. I kept thinking that my stance had been crystal clear throughout those 5 years, and perhaps she had finally realized there was no possibility between us letting go of her obsession. Our families had been close friends for years, and there was no need to strain the relationship to the point of worrying our elders. So I re-added her contact information and brought my girlfriend to several class reunions. At these gatherings, Faye behaved like any ordinary friend would. What I never expected was that while she was wishing Mia and me happiness at the reunion, she secretly added Mia as contact right after and started sowing discord between us. Her seemingly innocent yet provocative words all implied that our relationship wasn't as simple as just friends. When Mia showed me her chat interface, I could hardly believe it was the same fragile-looking face standing before me. I had thought that since Faye had given up what happened in the past was over. After all, a girl, those things wouldn't sound good if spread around. But since playing mind games with me like this, I have no reason to hold back anymore. I confessed everything about Faye's past pursuit of me to Mia, repeatedly assuring her that I harbored not the slightest inappropriate thought toward Faye. We were never possible before R&T now and never will be. If possible, I'd rather have never met her at all. Fortunately, Mia believed me. She didn't fall for the lies Faye fabricated like those others did. But I still felt uneasy, afraid that Mia might leave me just like my first love did. So I directly posted screenshots of Faye's divisive messages to her on my Instagram story, tagging her and asking her to stop harassing my girlfriend. 1 minute after posting this story, Chase called me. "Are you out of your mind? How do you expect Faye to face anyone after you posted these things?" I sneered, didn't she send these exact words to my girlfriend herself? "You shouldn't be blaming me. You should ask her why she's so shameless." Lucas Chase shouted furiously, "Faye only wants what's best for you. She means no harm, don't you understand at all? If she really cared about me, she'd stay away from me and my girlfriend." I was furious. She keeps harassing me with these incidents over and over again. The fact that I've endured it until now, before finally snapping, already shows I have a good temper. I heard Faye crying from the other end of the phone and suddenly calmed down. "Chase, you like Faye, don't you?" The crying paused abruptly, and even Chase's breathing became heavier. I continued, "Haven T, you noticed Faye keeps saying she likes me, but everything she does harasses me. She's sabotaging my relationship with my girlfriend and destroying my peaceful life. In contrast, you like her, but always have her best interests at heart, considering everything for her sake. It's obvious Faye trusts and depends on you more. Is her so-called liking me really genuine affection? Chase, Faye, honestly, you two are perfect for each other. Just stop harassing me." I hung up the phone and blocked Chase's contact, deleting it entirely. After completely burning bridges, I deliberately blocked messages from both Chase and Faye, and life finally returned to peace. My relationship with Mia grew stronger, and after graduation, we moved in together. I encountered Faye again at a business dinner venue. Returning from the restroom, I passed by another private room and happened to see her being pressured to drink. "Mr. Harrison, I really can't take this anymore. Faye, this is French imported wine. Not a single drop should be wasted." The portly Mr. Harrison's hand was already reaching under her skirt. Her cheeks flushed crimson. Her gaze grew hazy. She no longer knew how to refuse. The veins on my forehead pulsed twice. Without hesitation, I pushed open the half-ajar door. Luke, the drunken Faye, threw herself at me the moment she saw me, her eyes brimming with tears. "Luke, where have you been? I've been looking everywhere for you." It took considerable effort to extract her from the restaurant. I enlisted the help of a female colleague to support her, and we took a taxi straight to a hotel. Only after my colleague had settled her and did I leave. Upon returning home, I promptly reported the incident to Mia, thinking that would be the end of it. But to my surprise, Mia broke up with me first thing the next morning. I couldn't comprehend what I'd done wrong to warrant this outcome until Mia sent me 2 screenshots. A surveillance screenshot shows me helping Faye check in at the hotel front desk, while another is a selfie of Faye with bare shoulders on the hotel bed. Half of the watch she gave me peeks out from under the pillow, and several used condoms are scattered on the floor. Faye was like this when she was younger. Our families lived upstairs and downstairs, so we've known each other since childhood. She is 2 months younger than me, and my mother always taught me to protect my little sister. So on the first day of elementary school, I got into a fight with Chase over Faye. As it turned out, our fight brought us together, and we became good friends. The 3 of us stayed close all the way from elementary through middle school and into high school. Truth be told, Faye and Chase were actually a bit closer. Faye has a gentle temperament and has always been well behaved around me. But in front of Chase, she would argue with him over trivial matters until her face turned red and her neck stiff. They fought quickly, but made up just as fast. She was more at ease with Chase than she ever was with me. So when she said she liked me, my first reaction was disbelief. Even now, I still don't believe her feelings for me were genuine. If she truly loved me, how could she have disregarded my wishes and done so many absurd and malicious things to ruin my life? I loved Mia deeply and didn't want to break up, but she vanished from my world without even giving me a chance to explain. During that time, the sky itself felt gray and nothing held any meaning for me. Faye showed up at my door, handing me a watch. "Thank you, Luke. If it weren't for you, I don't know what would happen to me." She still thought I was unaware of all the things she had done, gazing at me with tear-filled eyes. "I know I've made many mistakes in the past, and I shouldn't have the face to see you again, but I never expected you to appear so timely that day. Doesn't this also mean you still care about me, that there is still fate between us?" She looked at me cautiously. "Luke, can we go back to how we used to be?" I laughed and showed her the photos Mia had sent me, confronting her. "Faye, how dare you say such things? I saved you from that man. And what did you do? You created these photos, causing my girlfriend to break up with me. I was devastated. What will it take for you to leave me alone? What have I ever done to you to deserve this? Please, I'm begging you, just let me go. I really don't like you. Be the bigger person and show some mercy. Just leave me alone." I was practically on my knees begging her, but she was crying uncontrollably as if I were some unforgivable villain who had wronged her. "Luke, why won't you believe me? I really do like you. I truly want to be with you. Please don't be like this." For a fleeting moment, a wicked thought crossed my mind. If she is so desperate to be with me, maybe I should just give her what she wants. She has caused me so much trouble in my life and even separated me from the person I love most. I want her to truly experience my pain. Or perhaps I should torment her relentlessly. Once she feels the pain, she'll stop pestering me. But this thought quickly faded. If I did that, how would I be any different from her? Why should I waste my precious time on someone like her? After coming to this realization, I decided to leave this place and go find Mia. But before I could take action, Faye showed up at my door with both my parents and hers. Chase came along too, glaring at me as if I'd murdered his father. My parents gave me a severe scolding and demanded I prepare to marry Faye as soon as possible. I was stunned. Why? Faye's father turned red with anger. "You slept with my daughter and don't want to take responsibility." I laughed bitterly. "Faye, is this how you told your parents?" Faye avoided my gaze, keeping her head down and crying incessantly. Chase punched me square in the face. "You bastard, you drove her to this." I fought back just as fiercely, and we ended up wrestling on the ground until our parents pulled us apart. I never laid a hand on her. I was furious, pointing at Faye. Not once from start to finish did I ever touch her. My parents began to doubt Faye, but hers still believed their always well-behaved daughter couldn't possibly do such things. Their also Chase, even after I brought out the female colleague who helped that day as a witness, they still didn't believe me. In the end, I didn't even want to explain anymore. Then let us call the police. Faye suddenly looked up while her parents began to show hesitation. I said bluntly, "Since she insists someone slept with her that day, and that person wasn't me, then it must have been someone else. That person had relations with her while she was unconscious. That rape. Let us call the police." As I started dialing, Faye finally panicked. "Don't." Faye's parents looked incredulous while Chase turned pale, as if unable to believe that the pure, flawless Faye in his heart could do such a thing. Faye cried and said, "I'm sorry, Mom," and "Dad, I'm sorry, Uncle." And I lied. "Luke, didn't touch me that day. He saved me. I just liked him too much. I wanted so badly to be with him." After this incident, my parents and Faye's parents became completely estranged. To their credit, they were reasonable enough to apologize to me and promise they would keep Faye under control. They forced Faye to quit her job in Los Angeles and took her back to their hometown. I went to New York, the city Mia had once longed for, but I couldn't find any trace of Mia in New York. It wasn't until 3 years later that we finally reunited at an alumni gathering at Los Angeles University. After clearing up the misunderstanding during our reunion, I learned that she too deeply regretted our hasty breakup back then. At first glance of the photo, I was truly angry, but upon further reflection, I believe you're not that kind of person, Mia said with some remorse. But back then, I was struggling at work. We had our own issues, and then encountering someone as crazy as Faye. She gave a bitter smile. I simply couldn't handle it. I understood we'd already fought several times before the breakup. Fresh out of school and entering society, some friction was inevitable. The photos Faye sent over were nothing more than the straw that broke the camel's back. I didn't deliberately hide the news of getting back together with Mia. During my years in New York, I rarely heard any updates about Faye and Chase. This high school reunion marked my first encounter with Faye in 3 years since that incident. The moment I saw her, I knew she hadn't changed a bit from before. Even as her hand held Chase's, those eyes had been glued to me since the moment I walked in. Sure enough, at the dinner table, they put on a show of affection while watching my reaction. Seeing how indifferent I was, Faye's smile grew increasingly strained. A busybody asked, "Luke, Faye chased you for so many years, only for Chase to swoop in first. What are your thoughts?" Under Faye's nervous and apprehensive gaze, I stood up and said calmly, "My thoughts, it feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders." Faye turned deathly pale, her face full of disbelief, while Chase's expression darkened considerably. I raised my glass to them. "I sincerely wish you both happiness and a lifetime of love together." Faye's wine glass slipped from her hand and shattered on the floor, tears streaming down her face. She turned and ran away. Chase glared at me, fiercely set down his glass, and rushed out after her. I maintained my composure and urged the friends at the table, "What are you all staring at? Dig in." After the gathering ended, I went to the cafe across the street to pick up Mia. She still had work to finish and didn't want to see Faye, so she waited for me at the cafe. The moment we met, she complained to me, "What took you so long?" Feeling somewhat apologetic, I helped her with her laptop bag. "Are you hungry? What would you like to eat?" "Hot pot," we said, in unison, exchanging a smile. She gave me a playful glare. "Let us go then, or we might not get a table if we're late." I held her hand as we walked to the parking lot together. On the way, I told her what had happened at the gathering. She looked relieved and said, "Good thing I didn't go, or would been unbearably awkward." I shook my head with a wry smile, thinking that after this incident, Faye would finally give up. Right. I was woken up by a phone call the next morning. The caller was my high school desk mate, who urgently said, "Luke, check Twitter's trending topics now." I had been half asleep, but the moment I opened the trending list and saw my name there, I instantly became wide awake. Faye had truly given up on me, no longer holding any expectations. But her way of giving up was to socially destroy me. When I clicked on that trending topic with my name, I was nearly sickened by the saccharine article written by a Twitter user called Faye's Diary. Faye's Diary was Faye herself. This Twitter account had been registered for a long time, with the earliest tweet dating back 10 years. She had meticulously documented her emotional journey of liking me over the years, and shockingly, it had amassed nearly 500,000 followers. The tweet that went viral was her farewell to this decade-long unrequited love. She wrote at the end, "Only today did I finally understand that not liking someone means just that, not liking them. No matter how you gave up your strength and humanities to study science for him, no matter how you stake your future just to show him your determination, no matter how you devoted 10 years of your time and energy to him, no matter how you turned your own life upside down. If he doesn't like you, he just doesn't like you after 10 years. I'm finally drawing close to this fruitless love. I wish us both well, and may we never meet again." Fans who genuinely cared were crying their hearts out below, with someone asking why she suddenly decided to give up after persisting for so many years. Faye only replied with a crying cat meme, but the second comment asked, "Did that homewrecker come back?" Faye responded, "Don't say that. Honestly, if we're being real, they were the real couple all along. What am I really?" Her seemingly defensive remark instantly turned the comment section into a public trial against me and Mia. In their words, I'm the scumbag who strung Faye along for a full decade, while Mia is the homewrecker who came between us. Suppressing my anger, I scrolled through Faye's tweets from these past 10 years. The more I read, the more my fury burned. No wonder netizens were so quick to believe her side. If I weren't the protagonist of this story, if I didn't know the truth, even I would be been moved by the devoted lover persona she crafted in her tweets. Unfortunately, no one in this world understands Faye's repulsiveness better than I do. I logged on to Twitter and responded point by point to Faye's lengthy post. First of all, Mia is not the other woman. She's the victim. She is innocent and doesn't deserve all this criticism. Secondly, what Faye calls affection has been nothing but heavy shackles to me. She chose science subjects she was good at for me, gave up state university for community college for me, messed up her own life for me. So what about me? Am I just supposed to carry the weight of someone else's life? I tried to talk her out of it. I told her studies were more important, her future was more important. I advised her not to make such reckless decisions. She wouldn't listen. She insisted on doing all those self-gratifying things, bringing me water, packing me lunches, things I never asked for. From the very beginning, I rejected her clearly and consistently, but she covered her ears and stubbornly charged ahead, fantasizing she was the heroine of some romance movie, drowning in the lovelorn persona she crafted for herself. Her so-called affection has brought me endless pain and trouble. Now, with just one lengthy post from her, she has pushed me and my innocent girlfriend into the storm of public opinion, subjected to so much blame and abuse. What have I done wrong? What has my girlfriend done wrong? Is her so-called affection genuine, or is she simply enamored with her own image as a devoted lover? After posting this lengthy article, many fans still refuse to believe it. But soon my high school classmates, college friends, roommates, even our high school homeroom teacher, my parents, and a female colleague who once helped me take care of Faye at the hotel all came forward to speak on my behalf. Public opinion shifted and Faye was utterly condemned to the pillar of shame. After investing so much genuine emotion into following your unrequited love diary all these years, turns out you're this kind of person. He has been rejecting you from the start, yet you're drowning in your own self-indulgent fantasy. You even incited us longtime fans to cyberbully an innocent guy and his girlfriend online. You're disgusting. I tried putting myself in that guy's shoes. It's suffocating. Did nothing wrong, yet got labeled a scumbag, tried to help someone only to be framed and forced to break up with his girlfriend, finally reunites with her, and now she pulls this stunt. If I were him, I'd want to kill her. I was expecting a story about a prodigal son's redemption, but got this shocking plot twist. Instead, I can't believe you deceive us netizens like this. Faye attempted to use public opinion to judge me and Mia, but in the end it was she who was nearly driven mad by the backlash and online harassment. I was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. Luke, for the sake of all these years, I've liked you, please help me explain. 2 days later, Faye called me in tears. I was really wrong. Tell those people to stop cursing me and to stop sending me animal carcasses. I've always been easygoing, but this time I showed no mercy. You brought this on yourself. Faye's sobs abruptly stopped. Luke, don't call me Luke. I don't have a sister as vicious as you. I took a deep breath and continued. Stop calling me Faye. Honestly, I regret it. I wish I'd never met you in the first place. Someone like you is nothing but trouble. Wherever you go, having you fall for me was the worst luck I could had. With that, I stopped paying attention to the sobbing on the other end of the line, hung up directly, and blocked her number. Given the lessons from previous incidents, I didn't believe Faye would give up so easily. Sure enough, half a month later, she went live on a broadcast. She was going to jump. The police and firefighters all arrived as she sat on a 31st floor rooftop, crying and screaming my name into the camera. Luke, I really like you. Why won't you believe me? Her parents were so distraught that tears streamed down their aged faces, while Chase stood nearby, his face pale with fright. Faye, don't do anything stupid. Faye turned a deaf ear, crying to the camera. Luke, if you don't come, I'll kill myself. Of course, she didn't go through with it. As for Faye's feelings for me, I hadn't actually noticed them at first. The time difference was 3 hours. Faye was attempting suicide back home, while Mia and I were sound asleep. The next morning, I learned from a high school classmate that Faye had been taken to the hospital. Of course, she didn't dare jump after nearly 2 hours of standoff when no one could reach you. Chase finally carried her down. But as if heaven had eyes, right after coming downstairs, she suddenly dashed madly into the road and got hit by a truck. The high school classmate on the phone sighed. Her leg is broken. She'll probably spend the rest of her life in a wheelchair. Hearing this news, I was somewhat surprised yet relieved. I don't pity Faye. I only pity her parents for having a daughter like her. Lucas, if you don't come down now, I'll take your parents to dinner without you. Mia's light and cheerful voice rang out downstairs, and I quickly responded, coming. With my loved ones and family by my side, why should I waste time on insignificant people and matters? Enjoying the present moment is what truly matters. The end.